Hey there guys, Matt Guzman here, back with another video, and today is going to be about how to get their cooking requirements for Tenderfoot, second class, and first class. So, just an overview, Tenderfoot has 3 cooking requirements, second class has 7 cooking requirements, and first class has 5 cooking requirements. So, as you can see, there are many requirements, so they can't all be done at the same campout, but most of them can be done one after the other. So, for like Tenderfoot, you can knock out the entirety of Tenderfoot in one campout, the entirety of the second class in one campout, and the entirety of the first class. So you could have a minimum of 3 separate campouts if you're trying to pace yourself and not try to rush it all, because then you might not do it correctly. But moving on to the requirements. So Tenderfoot in the cooking section 2A says on a campout assist in preparing one of the meals, and then tell why it is important for each patrol member to share in meal preparation and cleanup. 2B says to demonstrate the appropriate method of safety in cleaning items that's used to prepare, serve, and eat a meal. 2C says to explain the importance of eating together as a patrol.
Catholic prayer.
These are gifts you're about to receive from my body, from Christ's Lord. Amen.
At the beginning, Tenderfoot only had 3 requirements, so for cooking. Moving on to second class, 2A says to explain when it is appropriate to use a fire for cooking or other purposes, and when it would not be appropriate to use a fire.
So what do you think you should do?
2B says to use tools from Tenderfoot requirement 3D, which was using a knife, saw, and axe, to prepare tinder, kindling, and fuel wood for a cooking fire. 2C says using those fire items from 2B, demonstrate how to build a fire, light a fire, let the flames burn for at least 2 minutes, and then safely extinguish with minimal impact to the fire site. 2D says to explain when it is appropriate to use a lightweight stove and a propane stove, and you need to set up the stove, light the stove, and describe safety procedures for using both stoves. So, second class of 2E, it's actually a pretty long one, so it says, on one campout, plan and cook one hot breakfast or lunch. In doing so, select foods from the My Plate or the current USDA nutritional model, and then explain the importance of good nutrition. And then transport, store, and prepare the food. So it says to plan and cook. The thing that it would probably get you is the planning for it. So what I did when I was getting these requirements done was I said what each person's job was and what the shopping list was. So I had like who the shopper was, the date and location, and then we figured out what the menu was, what the groceries were, the quantity, and the cost. And using these templates, we were able to organize it and better make use of what we were doing. So it was much more efficient, it was quicker to do, and in the end, the next person that does it now has a template where they can go and just get it all done. So plan out your stuff. It's very important, and not only is it part of the requirement, but it's really helpful. The last 2 aren't really related to cooking, but 2F says to demonstrate tying the sheet bend knot and describe a situation in which you would use the knot. And finally, for second class, 2G says to demonstrate tying the bowline knot and describe a situation when you would use that knot. Moving on to first class, 2A says to help plan a menu for a campout and include 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, 1 dinner, and it has to require cooking for at least 2 of those meals. You need to tell how the meal includes foods from the USDA model and tell how it meets nutritional needs for activity. That's what I was saying before with the templates. It's really helpful if you plan it out, especially on that requirement, because then you can just look, see what you need, since you've already planned it, and just get it done. And if you have assistants to help you, not only will you get requirements checked off, they can also go to the second class and Tenderfoot requirements and get those passed off as well. So it all falls into line, and you just have to do a little bit of planning. Okay, so with first class, as I said before, 2A was help plan a menu for a campout and include 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, and 1 dinner. So the planning thing is the one thing that might get you. But moving on to number 2B, says to make a list showing food or budget amounts. So that's what that part is. 2C says to show which pans, utensils, and other gear will be needed to cook/serve the meals that you have planned. So what I was saying before with trying to get all these requirements done in the same campout, if you can just knock these out during that same campout, it'll just be really quick and efficient. As long as you get the planning done correctly and you do your time management properly. The thing with my patrol, when we were trying to do this, we didn't manage our time, so we kept running out of time to do things. So manage your time and plan your time. First class 2D says to demonstrate procedures in safe handling and or storage of meats, dairy products, eggs, vegetables, and other perishable foods, and then show how to properly dispose of camp garbage, cans, plastic containers, etc. Basically, pick up after yourselves, leave no trace. And 2E of first class says on one campout, serve as a cook, and in doing so, supervise your assistants in using a stove or building a cooking fire. Prepare the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that you have planned from 2A. So that's what I was saying before with the planning. If you can get all of these knocked out in the same campout, it'd be really efficient. So prepare the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then finally, supervise the cleanup. Scout is clean, as it says in the Scout Law, so make sure you're picking up after yourselves. And that's the last thing you need in the cooking requirements for Tenderfoot, second class, and first class. So congratulations. So in a previous video of mine, I mentioned about a spring camporee that I went to, and the footage from this video is actually footage from that spring camporee. And we didn't just do it for the cooking, because in the spring camporee we got to do events, but the majority of it was trying to efficiently plan our own meals, because it was the first time we were all doing it as a troop or patrol. So I'm going to show some of the footage from the other events that we did, because I thought it'd be kind of cool, and it was actually kind of fun. And not kind of fun, it was fun, and especially because I'm first class now, so I actually know what I'm doing, and a lot of the kids there, they were new, so I was able to teach them as we were going along the different events. So enjoy the footage, and yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Jump inside now. Yeah, 4.
Make a tower.
Okay, put your red on.
Oh yeah.
That was like chicken eggs when they were still in the... Never mind.
What?
Remember eggs
Hey.
just cover and simmer 45 minutes? It says...
On the right. The one on the right.
Everybody's got to stand on. Oh, they're going out.
Get on, Gabe. Get on.
Go, go, go.
Get on.
Get on. Come on, Luke. Luke, come on, get on.
Hey, we did it. There you go. Yep, okay. Cool, you guys can get down. And...
Build up a little TV. That's actually fast. You're pretty good at this. What's our time?
There you go.
I was trying to make it so it balanced the other pieces.
Can the axe stay in
You
the
can't.
boneyard?
Yes, sir.
That has to be over Diego.
It's like the furthest you can let them pass. So it's not like going in like this. Alright. You can go into one side. That does seem pretty naughty, yeah. Good.
Those cross. Keep going.
I have to go all the way around again and go through.
Slide. Make that one. You make that one. Yep. So remember, low pitch first. Hey guys. It's Dutch oven.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to get the cooking requirements for Tenderfoot, second class, and first class ranks. If you found it helpful, please like the video and turn on notifications on my channel, and be on the lookout for any other videos I have in the future pertaining to rank advancement or merit badges. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!